G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's video on YouTube. Now you see and now you don't is probably one of the best substantial catchphrases I could use, or mottos I could probably use. And we've got something very amazing here. We have got a buff-tailed bumblebee right in the backyard garden. And as I'm just urinating outside, like a naughty boy I am, it seems like that this bumblebee here is, I think it is a bumblebee. They do possess a nasty sting. And of course, yes, hi. Looking to see if there's any flowers around this area here, and it looks like it's depriving of flowers. What I feel like, I think I might have done something a little bit terrible here. I think I should have kept the old meadows, or probably something else. And I think this bee here is probably on a bit of a struggle here. I think it's the cold air that's hampering the performance of the bee. My best suggestion is give it like milk or water, and then the thing will just buzz away. It will just buzz away like normal. And maybe if it was like, if it was like 20 degrees outside, I think this bee would have been a perfect, or should I just say, a perfect buzzer. Get it, eh? And yes, we have a bee outside. It's actually quite nice. And actually, I haven't thought of looking around at all the other neighbourhoods around here. We've got other plants that have been grown like so. I've got some flapping wings from pigeons and whatnot. Wonder what the pigeons do. Are we seeing a pigeon fight here, eh? I think it's the mating season. That's why these birds are fighting like mad. And then we've also got some crows. It's very normal to see birds brawling. Yeah, I've seen crows fighting yesterday after my long trip to Tamworth. Ahead and have a bit of a tour, because hey, I've actually taken out most, if not all, of the old bits of plants. I think there were some old bits of like mint and other old plants and other whatnot which didn't need to be here, because obviously I decided to make some room for other plants. And as I'm trekking across, we've got the nasty blackberry shrubs there, which are trimmed that well. And of course, yes, there's the other side here. It's just becoming more vicious, and I don't know why it keeps on growing. Right, and even this side here, that needs well. Okay, so we've also got some ivy, lots of European ivy that's growing around that tree. I've no idea what that tree is. Please comment down below. I'm not sure if you can, because obviously YouTube has got these stupid AI filters that seem to blur out so much of my videos. I don't understand why. I've also been digging out the soil as well, yesterday's morning, because I was making the soil even more substantially even, if that's a word. And I tell you what, hey, walking around the backyard garden may seem fun, but what's not is that I just keep on getting mud all over my slippers. So the part is that whenever I get mud on my flippin' slippers, all I have to do is just wash them before I just make a big mess of my flippin' floor. Sorry, I just started the rant here. But anyways, we can start to see the dead nasturtiums around here. I'm sort of curious that maybe the soil is not that ideal to really plant the nasturtiums back again, because of just how, somehow. But what I will try and do is think about growing some different plants. I could grow some lilies, I can grow some nasturtiums, and I actually thought, hey, let's grow some other plants like zinnias and all the other things like, pumpkins and, other flowers. So I want to try an experiment of growing of what I can grow. It'll be really amazing. Just I can grow cabbages, all sorts of plants. Maybe I can grow some domestic cabbages. And it's getting very nasty and blue in the frame where it's starting to becoming a little bit ugly. I also witnessed that the hedgerows have actually started to produce so many new buds and shoots. Season progresses, look at that. It's amazing on how we get some new fresh leaves. Strangely enough, the wind has started to rebound. It looks like we are getting into another sort of moment of what we had from like the last 2 to 3 days. 72 hours later, although we're getting some really great, decent amounts of sunshine. I mean, I tell you what, I think if you were sitting in the middle of a road trip of the year, mind you, it would feel more like a solar panel cooking on gas. Actually, you're more like sitting on a mobile microwave. I think that's what cars are, because they are totally absorbers of greenhouse gases and other whatnot. Because hey, once you've got glass hitting around on your, well, amongst the sunlight that's hitting around you, once you're in a windowed spot, you're more likely. And that's the science with, I think it's glass. You know, glass holds so much heat. That's the one thing about it, and a lot of warmth from the sunshine, which is a very good reminder that yes, you stay warm in that sunshine when it's best dressed to be very sunny. Yes, I've been taking out lots of unnecessary plants and other weeds and whatnot, so many of which, and if I'm like a lazy old guy, I can just basically pull that goddamn weed out. I've actually been digging out, so I did try to space out as possible. Yeah, well, I might as a new way to end the video, I might as well just go ahead and show you these amazing bluebell. I think these are just shoots of bluebells, because remember, bluebells don't seem to be constant growers on seeds. I think with bluebells, I think they are, I wouldn't say they're bombers, I think they're more like very time-consuming plants to really like blossom out, because if you want to see bluebells, and if you want to really grow bluebells, you must really ask permission first. Getting extremely, I think they're getting extremely trafficked as well. That's the problem with bluebells, the English ones. Spanish ones are alright, but I think the English bluebells are technically, well, they're protected by law. You can't tarnish them unless if you got, well, the right to do so, which is, I think it's against the rules doing that. But anyways, I'm just cleaning up my flipping shoes or slippers, we're going to call them. I think there's a slipper. And I've almost been stuck in the mud. I'm going to test to see how much mud I can squelch with. There you go, how clean they are. Not the most necessary, but hey, there's actually so much I could probably show you here. We've got some primroses around here on the other side of the neighbourhood. In fact, there's other things I might show you around other people's neighbourhoods here. I wonder what these plants are on that. The sun has already destroyed my confidence, and yes, it is getting a bit windy. Yes, people have grown roses, which is nice to know. And is that another primrose as well? I could literally like take another tour around and see what other neighbourhoods have grown, which is quite surprising, but also amazing at the same time. And the wind has decided to take over my footage, so in that case, that's probably about it. And if you're wondering of what else is actually lurking around, there's here. But have you noticed what were these plants? Now, if you remember in the previous video, I actually spoke about these types of plants. These things here are Welsh poppies, okay? Towards the other side here, you can start to see there's actually lots of Welsh poppies on either side of this weird, that's a very strange pavement. This strange footpath leading to another entree of what looks like to be nasty rubbish, and I think that looks like a cavity hole for where the pigeons reside. I won't go there, that's probably a bit too infectious. Anyway, so I should probably leave this video here without the nasty, spiky looking plant on the way here, eh? And so is that one there. I should probably leave this video here because I feel like I need to go ahead and do other stuff to get myself prepared for toy reviews, as long as I'm not doing any delayed uploads, just to disappoint the people who are with this YouTube channel. So anyways, if you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like, subscribe for more Flip Flap videos in the future, as better timed as this sounds. As always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. As long as the garden really much is happy with me, I'm happy too. That's all I can say here. Okay, that's it. Bye.